A lot of people argued with me, said the layer one smart contract blockchain, that was so last bull run. It won't matter this time around. And what are we seeing? At this stage in the game, that's what's dominating. Now, first and foremost, we see Solana just acting beastly. That's one that I stayed away from. And I said at the time, it's just not for me. I'm sure it will perform well, and it sure is. But with that being said, we had big gains yesterday out of Polkadot, Near, and Algorand. Some of my favorites there. Cardano's been a little flat over the past week. I'm sure it will start heating up and catching a bid as well. Continue to look for these along with Cosmos, Atom to perform well. Now, so far, the star of today is optimism. I said, you know what? I want to invest in the Ethereum ecosystem. I think it's going to do good, but I don't like the Ethereum valuation at this point in time, so I'm going to the ETH layer 2s. And man, optimism up over 20% on the day. I think we're at 29% for the day and 50% for the week. Big performer. I think optimism is going to be a star as we continue to go forward. Now, these types of gains, still nothing to celebrate. We have a long ways to go. As Nick Black said, use the previous all-time highs as your cheat sheet to where these assets will go. And hopefully we, post higher growth. That's the point of this whole endeavor. But anything can happen here. This is kind of small in the larger scale of things. Don't get too excited or too down. I know so many people are like, what a piece of junk XRP is. If you have a premium cryptocurrency, before it's said and done, it's going to do well here. XRP is going to be no different. We got a long ways to go here. Don't forget, a lot of the fun and games start once Bitcoin passes its previous all-time high. So this is a long endeavor here, and I'm still not conceding that we're totally out of the woodworks here. You could have a surprise Bitcoin ETF denial. That will punish us. And I'm a little concerned in the traditional financial markets with specifically real estate and banking. Will we run into a buzzsaw there, especially as we start the new year? A lot to be excited about. Interest rates should start to come back down. But why are they doing that? Well, because there's problems in the broader economy, and we can't sustain reasonable interest rates. They see things are getting ready to blow up. Will they start bringing those down in time, or is it too late? Only time will tell. Look, there's always something spooky around the corner. Can't worry about it. If you like your assets long term, you're comfortable here, you're ready to rock and roll. But if we get a little, turn to the downside, it's just an opportunity to continue adding to your favorite assets. Daily Coin today has an article, How Ripple's EU Status Reshaped Europe's Crypto Market. Ripple has strategically ventured into the European crypto market through Ireland's VASP registration. And, that's a hotbed for corporates as well. We know a lot of them are headquartered and registered in Ireland. And so it should be no surprise that the crypto market also starts there to build out their registration and services throughout all of Europe. This is a big deal. Ripple's clarity in Ireland has heralded a supported landscape for Ripple's digital asset services. And I think it's really good that Ripple's expanding into other digital assets and other services, both through Liquidity Hub and their trading, and I think they're going to get involved in stablecoins and all sorts of stuff. And I think that will kind of relieve some of this anxiety that, Ripple is just around to pump XRP and, do things with XRP. If they have a wide variety of crypto services and revenues, it will just go to show that, when they're doing something with XRP, it's because of its utility, its value in that service. And I think it will help Ripple the company in a big way. You want to have diverse, obviously, income flows. But beyond that, I think it'll be a great thing for XRP as well. Brad Garlinghouse calling Gary Gensler a hypocrite. What happened? Gary Gensler said, there's a lot of non-compliance in the crypto space. It undermines confidence with so many people being hurt, and all they can do is stand in line in bankruptcy court. And Brad's like, hey, you have good actors like us that are trying to follow the laws. You won't talk to us, but you did cozy up with one of the worst criminals in financial history in Sam Bankman-Fried. That person you were working with. That person you opened your door for. You are as bad as the rest of them. You refuse to give clarity to those that want to do good, and you empower the criminals like Sam Bankman-Fried. And he's absolutely right. Now, CNBC is reporting the spot Bitcoin ETF race could quickly reach people's 401k retirement plans. Assuming the U.S. Security and Exchange Commission approves spot Bitcoin ETFs, more companies might decide to offer it within their 401ks. Beyond that, even if companies don't, people have self-directed plans where they can invest in anything they want. And we likely will see a lot of retirees at least put a percentage of their retirement savings into the crypto space, which is a ton of capital, even at a low percentage. Now, I'm not advising anyone out there to do this. I'm not telling you not to. Again, I'm not your financial advisor. I'm not your father. What I'm telling you is just reporting the news that this is going to happen, and we're going to see a lot of money flowing into this space. And remember, these types of products aren't necessarily for you or for me. We're crypto enthusiasts. We buy, we self-custody. But this is going to bring more capital into this space, more investors into cryptocurrency as we start growing to mass adoption. Michael Arrington congratulating Coinbase and Brian Armstrong to a well-executed year. And man, did they do a killer job. They started at one point this year, their low was $33. We're at $177 a share and ticking up. What a great comeback for that company. Rock solid and really a leader here within the crypto space. And it's such a shame that that's one of the targets the SEC goes after. BlackRock trusts them to custody their funds through their ETF, as does almost every other major institution. And trust me, they're doing due diligence here. They're like, hey, Coinbase is trustworthy. They're going to be our partner here. But the SEC sues them. It makes no sense. With all the nonsense going on in cryptocurrencies, Ripple and Coinbase should not be at the top of your list to be suing. It's nuts. It's insane. It's darn right criminal. Now, this might be some bullish news. Gary Gensler's boss, the Chinese central bank, has urged the world to jointly regulate cryptocurrencies. They're saying this is serious and we need to jump on this and have clear regulations. Maybe Gary Gensler, for once, will actually act. The People's Bank of China has addressed issues related to regulation of cryptocurrencies and decentralized finance in its latest stability report, calling on nations to work together to regulate this space. The most important countries for crypto regulations are going to be the last. Who are they? United States, China, and India. They're the most difficult there is to deal with, but those that can be successful in those markets win the game. It's game over. And the great thing is, yes, they can drag their feet, they can mess around, but eventually they'll have to bend the knee or be left behind forever, and that ain't going to happen. They're not going to have a worse, financial system than Palau with 20 people in the country. It just can't work like that. They will have to eventually integrate this system. It's just a matter of time. We are winning this battle. Never forget that. Let me know what you think down below. And as always, please like, please subscribe. The revolution will be televised right here on Jungle Link.